That's how you know you're the best team in the country. When you win by 17 points and people are still criticizing you. That's all I'm going to say. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is time to make one of our favorite videos on the channel, or at least one of my favorite videos on the channel. We got no other than I don't even know what I'm saying. We're going to take a look at the new AP poll for week 8. I really don't know where I was looking up with that. My apologies, but you know what we're going to do? You're going to get my live reaction to the AP poll. Haven't seen it, haven't even seen a slither of it, and also I'm going to give you my new and improved top 10. It's a relatively simple concept. I don't got time to waste. You don't got time to waste. Let's check it out. Oh yeah, by the way though, let me state this at the beginning of this video. Alabama, we better be in the top 10. If we ain't in the top 10, man, I'm gonna let you know right now. I got a bone to pick. All right, here we go. Starting out with 25 UCLA. They hanging on there, hanging on it. Bro, hold on. No. We're not doing this. Why is Iowa 24? Heck to the no, man. No, I'm about to get pissed off. I already know. Don't even get me started on this sorry and overrated Iowa team. I'm tired of it. Until they can score 20 touchdowns in a season, they should be banned from the top 25. Ain't no way, man. Ain't no way. I heard their punter had over 500 punting yards on Saturday. What was the score of the game? Wasn't it like 15-6 or something? Come on, man. Oh my goodness. Why did they creep back in the top? Who allowed this? Whatever. Just, Matt, calm down. Not good to scream. It's not good for my health. Continuing along here, we got the Green Wave. Tulane at 23. No problem with that whatsoever. Hey, what about this? Air Force? 22? I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they're undefeated. And I'm trying to think. Has Air Force? When was the last time they were ranked? That's interesting. Louisville, they dropped to 21. I mean, it's Louisville. Who cares? 20 through 16. Here we got Mizzou at 20. We got LSU. Go Tigers. Sean Orgeron at 19. We got USC dropping from 10 all the way down to 18. We got the Volunteers. They got the big matchup with Alabama this week. We'll talk about that later in the week. And 16, we got the Dukies. 20 through 16. No complaints. I can get down with that. You got 3 SEC teams in Missouri. They're looking pretty dang good in the SEC East. 15, we got Notre Dame coming out of that big time win against USC. 14, Utah. They've been hanging around there all year long. We got Ole Miss in the lane train, staying put. At 13, we got Oregon State and DJ Ugabadoogie at 12. And, yeah, as you can see, I'm not happy about this. We got Alabama at number 11. I swear, man, Alabama's been at 11 the past 4 weeks. I thought with USC losing, we'd jump back in the top 10, but I guess North Carolina's at 10. Let's just check it out and see. And yeah, North Carolina at number 10. In my personal rankings, you'll see in just a second where I have Alabama. You got Oregon at 9. I like that. They shouldn't have dropped out of the top 10. They're still in my current top 10. We got Texas at number 8. 7, the Nittany Lions and Penn State. They got the big matchup with the Louisville Bro, Ohio State this weekend. Number 6, we got Oklahoma Sooners. And yeah, that means Washington's in the top 5. They're not in my current top 5, but they're in the AP poll top 25. Do what you want with that information. Let's get into the top 5, though. Number 5, we got Washington. 4, Florida State. The top 4 remain the same. All the top 4 teams, they dominated. And yeah, that's all there is to it for the AP poll top 25. I don't really have any arguments with this whatsoever outside of Iowa. I can't believe Iowa was back in the top 25. Not even really mad about the Alabama one, but Iowa, what are we doing? Gosh, that team should be banned from the top 25. No ifs, ands, or buts. Not a bad top 25, though. Not a bad top 25. And I guess there shouldn't be too many complaints from anybody because there wasn't too many upsets. With that being said, though, and with you saying that, we all know the AP poll, it's irrelevant. The only poll that really matters is the MBG top 10 poll. I come out with my poll right after the games on Saturday night. So if you want early access, go follow me on Twitter. At number 10. In my top 10, I got Alabama jumping back in there. If you are curious, I do have North Kakalaki at number 11, and I do have Alabama at 10, and my reasoning for putting Alabama ahead of them is because if they play tomorrow, I'm picking Alabama to win the game. Can't break it down any more than that. At number 9, I got the Nittany Lions and Penn State. All throughout the year, they've just slowly crept down my top 10, and it's nothing that they've done. It's just more so of the other teams have been playing really well. And speaking of playing well, that's why I got Oregon at number 8. They had 3 fourth downs against Washington, in which they convert one of those, they win the game. So with that being said, it's almost dang near ridiculous to put Oregon outside your top 10 just because they couldn't convert 1 fourth down. They were one play away from beating Washington, and I don't think that should hurt their resume too much. At number 7, I got the Cinnamon Rolls, and ahead of them, I got Washington. The only thing that I really learned from the Washington and Oregon game is that Oregon's defense is not even close to as good as I thought they were. I knew they were both good at offense. I knew Washington didn't have a good defense, but I learned that Oregon's defense was just a little worse than what I originally thought heading into the game. That's all there is to it. At number 5 on my list, I got the little bro, Ohio State. My top 4 remains the same. At 4, I got Texas. At number 3, I got Oklahoma, the Sooners. Shout out to Sooner Nation. At number 2, I got Michigan. And number 1, say it with me now, I got Georgia. I don't got to explain too much because my top 4 didn't change, and the only thing that really did change is I did bump Ohio State up 1 spot. Because heading into this week, I had Oregon at number 5, and I had Ohio State at number 6. Well, now, as you can see here, I have D-ranked Oregon at number 8, and I bumped up Ohio State in front of Washington at number 5. And per usual, if you're new to the channel, the reason I have things the way they are is because if I got Ohio State at 5 and Washington at 6, is because I think Ohio State would beat Washington tomorrow. Let's check on some of the comments though. I haven't looked at the comment section because I didn't want any spoilers for this video. And a lot of people in my comment section were saying, man, I can't believe you still got Georgia at number 1. My man JJ, he said it right here. There's a bunch of other comments. And okay, here's my counter argument. Georgia's the best team in the country right now, and it's not even close. And a lot of people are bringing up this ridiculous argument of, oh, well, Matt, Georgia barely beat Vanderbilt by 17 points and Vandy sucks. That's how you know you're the best team in the country. When you win by 17 points and people are still criticizing you. That's all I'm going to say. That argument actually works against you. When a team wins by 17 and you're criticizing them. Think about it. I get it. They didn't play the best game they ever played, but they won by 17 points. Come on, man. We got another JJ in the comment section stating, as a diehard Bama fan, I'm biased, but I'm still not sold on 2 through 9. They're all suspect, as are we. Thank you to JJ for this comment, and the reason I'm even sharing this comment is because I agree. This year in college football, I think anybody can beat anybody, and this is why I wish we already had the 12-team playoff format into effect. There is so little separation in college football this year. It's insane. We saw it with Oklahoma and Texas, and we saw it with Oregon and Oregon and Washington. And we're going to continue to see it. We saw it with Ohio State and Notre Dame, and you're going to see more games like this. You're going to see it with Ohio State and Michigan, maybe Ohio State and Penn State. Outside of Georgia, there's not a lot of separation in 2 through 9 or 2 through 11 or 12. You can make a legit case and argument that Alabama at number 10 or Oregon, Penn State, and Florida State, my 7 through 10, could beat Michigan. In recent years, you haven't been able to do that. The top 4 teams or top 5 teams have separated themselves immensely from everybody else. But this year just feels like college football, we're getting more and more parity, and I love it. Makes for better games, and it keeps more people invested into the sport. Nathan Brown stated, I assume a Kentucky fan going off of his profile picture, Texas over Washington and Ohio State is insane. Thank you for that comment, Nathan, and I disagree. Not really. Similar to the Oregon and Washington game, Texas is 1 to 2 plays away from beating Oklahoma, and you're not even writing that comment. What I've learned to do when I do my rankings and when I view and watch college football is I separate the score from how I feel about the teams. When you start watching games and grading and evaluating how they looked and take the score out of it, it's going to it's going to change how you do your rankings, trust me. Because most people are programmed to think, and it's okay to do this, is, oh, well, Texas lost, all right, I got to drop them 5 spots. Like, what? Just because they lost the game doesn't mean you have to de-rank them. You also got to throw this in there. How many times, if Oklahoma and Texas have a rematch, is Oklahoma going to win the turnover battle by 3 turnovers? I get your perspective, but no, it's definitely not insane to have Texas over Washington and the little bro Ohio State. Not insane at all. Oh, here we go. Here's an interesting one. Alabama should be nowhere near any top 10. Nowhere near the top 10. Well, let's break it down in the simplest way possible. Alabama 6-1. Alabama has a win against number 13 ranked Ole Miss, which they beat by 14 plus points, and they beat Texas A&M. Say what you want, but A&M, they have a lot of talent. And at the end of the day, if you were to break these games down, Alabama versus anybody 2 through 9, Alabama in half of the games would be favored. If Alabama played North Carolina tomorrow, who's going to be favored? You know the answer. I get it. You're tired of Alabama. You're tired of Nick Saban. You got Bama fatigue, but it doesn't mean Bama shouldn't be near the top 10. Alabama has one of the most talented teams out there. I'm not saying they have one of the best teams, but they have one of the most talented teams. David Payne Jr. said, thank you for this comment, David. Why you hate OSU so much? So me ranking them at number 5 means I hate them? I'll let this be known right now because I know we got a lot of new people coming to the channel. I don't hate Ohio State. Don't hate them to the slightest bit. I just think they're overrated every single year. I'm tired of Ohio State fans hyping up their team when what you really need to be worrying about is beating Big Bro in Michigan. You can't even just not beat Michigan. You haven't even competed with them the past couple of years. And yet, despite that, these Ohio State fans have the ego of Alabama fans and Georgia fans when you haven't earned it. That's my problem with Ohio State, not the football team. The fans. You want to be thrown into conversations with the Alabamas and Georgias of the world, and you haven't earned it. You're like a spoiled kid, an entitled kid. I can't wait. I'm so ready for Michigan to beat Ohio State again this year, just to humble Ohio State fans. I can't wait, man. It's going to bring me so much joy to watch Ohio State lose to Michigan. It's going to be awesome. That's my top 10. Let me know your thoughts down below about that.